General Hospital spoilers, new spy training plan fails. Joss and Emma purge Brennan in explosive mission. Port Charles is no stranger to danger, double agents, or stunning betrayals, but even the most seasoned veterans of the WSB couldn't predict what's coming next. With Brennan's criminal empire expanding faster than anyone imagined, Anna Devane pushed for a radical solution, a new spy training initiative built to weaponize the next generation of agents. But as General Hospital fans are about to see, the plan spirals into disaster when the pressure cooker program fails spectacularly, and it's up to two unexpected heroines, Jocelyn Jacks and Emma Scorpio Drake, to finish what the professionals could not. What began as an experimental intelligence boot camp ends in bloodshed, betrayal, and a breathtaking mission that will have fans on the edge of their seats. Get ready for a deep dive into the downfall of Brennan, the rise of two legacy daughters, and the moment Port Charles realizes the next wave of heroes are already here. It was Anna's vision: combine WSB protocol with modern tech tactics, utilize the instincts of young minds, and unleash a counterforce that could topple Brennan from the inside. Backed by Jordan Ashford and fueled by guilt from past failures, Anna handpicked a group of promising young adults, including Joss and Emma, to be molded into elite agents. But where Anna saw potential, Brennan saw an opening. Joss and Emma were eager, too eager. Jocelyn, still reeling from the loss of Dex and burning with the desire to take down Sonny's enemies once and for all, saw this as her way to earn redemption and power. Emma, having returned from Paris with a sharpened intellect and a mysterious aura of detachment, viewed the program as her chance to step out from under her family's legacy and make her own mark. Training began in a secure compound outside Port Charles, and everything seemed promising until it wasn't. Unbeknownst to Anna, Brennan had already embedded a mole within the new spy program. The agent, codenamed Glass, gained access to the trainees' psychological profiles, habits, and mission simulations. What should have been confidential quickly became leverage. Brennan knew Joss's every trigger. He knew Emma's most private insecurities. And worst of all, he knew Anna still harbored guilt over the miscarriage she believed was caused by Brennan's previous assault on WSB headquarters. With this knowledge, Brennan launched a full-blown psychological warfare campaign. Trainees began to falter. One collapsed under pressure. Another went missing. And when false intel led Joss and Emma into a trap during a staged extraction drill, the entire program imploded. Anna was forced to pull the plug. But Joss and Emma weren't finished, not by a long shot. Refusing to let Brennan win, Joss and Emma disappeared from the compound the night it was disbanded. What followed was a 6-day silence that panicked Anna and terrified Carly. But the girls weren't lost. They were planning. Jocelyn, armed with tech smarts from Trina and street wisdom from years with Sonny's crew, partnered with Emma, who had inherited Robert's strategic brilliance and Robin's quiet fearlessness. Their goal? Infiltrate Brennan's secondary base in South America and recover the encrypted WSB files he'd stolen, files that could expose dozens of agents, including Jason, who was operating undercover once more. But their mission wasn't sanctioned. They had no backup. And Brennan had no mercy. Dressed in civilian gear, Joss and Emma posed as documentarians investigating ecological corruption in the Amazon. They gained entry to the outer perimeter of Brennan's jungle fortress through a series of clever deceptions, but once inside, things went south quickly. Emma was captured within hours. Brennan recognized her immediately and threw her into a reinforced cell, leaving Joss to make an impossible choice: flee or fight. She chose to fight. Using every lesson from the failed training plan, Joss turned the fortress into her playground. She triggered generators, hacked into surveillance systems, and one by one, dismantled Brennan's operation from within. In a final blaze of chaos, she freed Emma and they made a run for it, only to find Brennan waiting at the exit, armed and livid. What happened next is something fans will be talking about for years. Jocelyn and Emma, cornered, outgunned, and with no rescue in sight, activated the purge protocol, a final failsafe Anna had only theorized, not approved. It involved a virus. Not one that kills, but one that erases all data, all backups, all connections. Brennan's entire digital empire was wiped out in seconds. Furious, Brennan lunged at Joss, and she didn't hesitate. It wasn't murder. It was survival. Emma helped take him down. The final blow came from a tranquilizer gun Emma had secretly reprogrammed, a Scorpio classic. Brennan was down, unconscious, and soon to be shipped to a black site facility under WSB control. The mission was over. The girls had won. The aftermath, however, wasn't pretty. Anna, though proud, was furious. This was not the plan, she told them, her voice cracking with equal parts rage and pride. Carly? She held Joss and wouldn't let go. Robert? He gave Emma a knowing smile and said, "You've done the family name justice." But the WSB wasn't impressed. They launched an inquiry into Anna's training program and placed her on temporary leave. Brennan's capture came at the cost of unauthorized actions and nearly 2 civilian deaths. And yet, poor Charles was safe. For now. What this arc leaves behind is a new legacy, one that doesn't begin with Anna, Jason, or Sunny. It begins with Joss and Emma. Not only did they survive, they succeeded. And now, WSB Director Forsyth is quietly pushing for a new initiative, one that includes both of them as official agents. But Joss isn't sure she wants that life. Emma, however, might already have made her decision. And as the two girls walk the docks at night, talking about what comes next, the camera zooms out to show a hidden figure watching from the shadows. Is Brennan truly gone? Or is this the beginning of something even darker? Stay tuned for more shocking twists, emotional reunions, and a brand new generation of warriors as General Hospital continues to prove that the fight for justice is never over, and that sometimes the fiercest heroes come from the unlikeliest places.